See? Of course. That's my job. That's my role.
We live.
Hey, this is Pastor P. Tonight we have such a phenomenal yet controversial topic discussion. We're talking about polygamy tonight and gender roles, which is a pretty hot topic that a myriad of individuals across the globe is talking about. So we just going, I'm gonna introduce my folks, and then we're just gonna dive right into it because, that's what y'all are here for. Y'all here to laugh and listen and to comment and troll, all that stuff like that. So we're gonna start to my right. Go and introduce yourself.
What's going on, everybody? Josh.
There's Josh. Then I got my left.
Hey everybody, it's the gym therapist, or known as AV on here.
Miss AV. All right. Then we got
Venus.
All right. And we have
Tisha.
So look, this is our platform tonight. You can go ahead and start sharing and hitting your like button. We're going to just get started. So we're going to talk about polygamy first, and I guess we could do a little bit of the origin and all those different things like that and see if, what's your thoughts? Should it be permitted? Should it not be permitted? Should it be accepted? Or should it not be accepted? We're going to start with... We're gonna start with Miss AV. Let's see what you got to say, and then I'm just gonna come, and we're gonna just talk a little bit,
So you want me to answer whether it should be?
Yeah. What's your thoughts on it? Do you think it should be legal, or should it be illegal, or should it be accepted, or should it be denied? What are your thoughts?
Well, I say no. Out the gate, no. I don't think it should be legal. From my opinion, humble as it may be, it's gonna be some issues. It's gonna be jealousy. It's gonna be who's getting treated better, who's getting treated worse, who's the good wife, who's the baby making wife, all that kind of stuff. All that stuff come into it. Who the best cook,
So,
which would be me.
Well, let me ask you this. So, even from the aspect, because a lot of people not, when it comes to these relationships with polygamy, it's not necessarily dealing with marriage, if you will. It's more of just the relationship and everybody being okay with it. So, like, you said about, being the best wife, whatever. What if it was just like, we just all together, we're in the same house, but not married? I know your stance may stay the same, but, that's what we were talking about.
Well, that is something that these younger generations are doing, but, just from a perspective of having people that come and talk to me, and that is the situation, There's a lot of chaos. It creates a lot of chaos in people's lives, people who say they don't want to do it, but they'll do it because they love somebody else. So there's a lot of, things that's going into it that will create some problems in the short and long run.
Yeah. Venus, what you think? What's your thoughts?
So for me, it depends. Are we talking about in a relationship or in a marriage?
We can talk about both. We can start with relationship.
Man, polygamy in a marriage is crazy.
Yeah, it can be crazy. I think it'd be crazy both ways. To be honest, my thoughts is, whether it's in a relationship or a marriage, I think it's the same thing. I think it's the same concept. I don't think.
No.
To me, this is what I just think. Reason being is because nothing really changes. It don't change if I'm married to 10 women versus being in an open relationship. If all 10 women stay in my house, we all together. I don't think it matters if we're all married. If I'm married to all 10 of them, or if I'm just married to. If we're not married at all. That's just my thought. Because I think the activity will be the same.
The activity would be the same, but my question would be the paperwork. Because if you married, when things go south, and they probably will,
Gotcha.
The wife gonna have some benefits that the girl that's just living up in the house ain't gonna get.
I see that aspect, and I have to agree with that aspect. I can see it from that angle. But what I mean as far as the relationship behavior in itself, I think it'll be the same whether they're married or not. So what were you about to say?
So I looked up the definition because I like to have it direct.
Yeah.
And so when people talk about it, they think it's just a man having multiple
Right.
wives or girlfriends.
Yeah.
But it's also the woman can have multiple husbands
Yeah.
That's
or
right.
Yeah.
boyfriends.
Right.
So in that aspect, I think it just depends on the person. If they are comfortable with it, you have to be in agreement with what you're doing with your partner. You know, for me, I don't think it will work for me. I'm too jealous. I wouldn't be able to do it. I wouldn't, especially for somebody
That's
that I
real.
really love.
Right.
Right.
Girl, I see somebody do what?
What if it was?
Why
What,
you
so
looking
what
like
if it? What if it was beneficial? What if it was
What
beneficial?
would be the benefits?
So say for instance, you have everything you want. You're in the house of your dream. You got the money. You don't have to work. You can basically do whatever you want. All you have to make sure is that you're submitted to this relationship. Would that, I mean, from the benefit, now, it may not be beneficial for your feelings per se, but if there's benefits as far as financial and all that stuff like that, how would that change anything?
No, that wouldn't change anything because it's still the love that I have for that person.
Gotcha.
Money not going to change how I feel.
Gotcha.
You know, I mean, I could have all the money in the world, but that's not going to allow my husband or my boyfriend to be like, okay, well, you can go mess with X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
What you got,
I
Josh?
was gonna ask you, what if it was before your husband? What if someone that you wasn't in love with asked you to be a part of a polygamous situation?
So somebody I didn't
Somebody
love.
that you wasn't.
So
in
I'm
love
coming
with.
in
Right.
to
so
the
they're
relationship.
inviting you with the same resources, money. You can do whatever you want, clothes, go wherever you want. They just want you involved.
That don't, doing whatever I want and having money don't thrill me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I already got money and can do whatever I want. So
Come
it
on
would
here.
have to be a little bit more beneficial for me.
So what then? What would be beneficial to
What
a
would I
person
sell my
that
soul
got?
for?
There we go. What you gonna say?
Let's get into it. Talk about it.
That's exactly what it is. Cause you like convinced, like money, like you said, we can
Yeah.
do it. We can have our own money.
Yeah.
We can take care of ourselves.
So then what is it? What is it that, I don't want to say that you lack personally, but what would it be? Because, I mean, obviously, everybody has their own morals and their different beliefs. So you do have a woman that would say, hey, as long as you taking care of me, as long as I can get what I want out of this, I'm good.
Yeah, and I ain't mad at her.
Yeah.
I mean, because it is like, so for me, it would just have to be, I don't know. Coming into something, it definitely couldn't be my boo.
Gotcha.
But maybe going, I don't know. I would have to be probably 20 years younger.
Gotcha.
No kids. And just a crazy lifestyle. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I can't really pinpoint it right now, but that's for the
Yeah.
younger generation.
I-
And I'm not mad at it. If that's what you want to do and if it works for you and your situation, then have at it.
Yeah.
if it works for your situation, but don't come in my office talking about you got a problem. Because I'm going to be like, you bought it.
Yeah.
He sold it and you picked it up and was like, I want it.
Yeah.
And that's what happens. A lot of young, and you're right, it is a younger generation
Yeah.
that are agreeing to it and want this. But if you, like I have, you know, not to put it out there, but somebody I know is an older married woman to another woman.
Okay.
And this other woman likes a man.
Mm.
So she wanted for them to all be together
Okay.
because she want a baby.
Okay.
So the older woman is like,
So how the dude feel about it? He probably cool with it,
He
huh?
ready.
he cool with everything. He cool with everything. Because he got the money. He got the money. He got the house.
Yeah,
He
he
can
ready.
provide for her.
Yeah.
But so here's the
And he
thing.
get two.
Crazy.
If you're in this polygamous relationship, is everybody hanging out with everybody, or is it you, my man, and that's your girl? But hey, I know who it is. Or are we all living in the same house? That's controversy.
I think it is, but I've
need my
seen
own
it.
house.
I've heard it being.
Now that right there.
I've heard it being both ways. I've seen people that are okay, and it don't be like 10 or nothing like that. It just be like two, you know, two women that live in the same house with the guy.
We need
And
to
every-
keep
Too
that on
many.
here.
We should have had you have him when he was here talking.
right.
He would have been on here.
Right. So let's say this. So you have two wives.
Uh-huh.
Can your wife have a boyfriend?
No,
No,
if it was
I
me,
mean-
for me, no.
What?
personally.
So that's not polygamy. That's just you just having your cake and eating it too.
There.
Right. Well, it just wouldn't be polygamy on the contrary or on the other side, on the opposing side. So it could be polygamy one way. and not both ways.
No, but that's not the definition. That's not the definition.
Get the definition.
I got
So
it
you're in a
too.
monogamous
I got it
relationship,
too.
baby.
That ain't the definition. It says either person on either side.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Either. So either means one side.
Let me pull a definition.
Yeah, pull it up.
Yeah, pull it up.
Either means one side or the other.
Absolutely not.
It means that a woman can do the same thing as a man, but not necessarily simultaneously. So, I can have 5 women.
But that's the definition. The definition is simultaneous.
Listen, I'm good for looking up the
Let's
definition.
look it up. Let's see
before I
what
start
Webster
talking.
say.
It says the practice or custom of having more than one wife or husband at the same time.
At the same time.
Right, now that at the same time means having, if all 3 of you all were my wife currently. That's the asset. Not saying that I got 3 wives and you got 3 husbands at the same time. That at the same time means like, y'all follow what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
That's what the at the same time
I hear
means.
you, but that ain't gonna make it work.
Well, yeah, I know. I'm not saying that it's agreeable. But I'm saying that's what the definition means. The definition at the same time meaning that if you had 3 husbands, you'll have those 3 husbands at the same time. If I have 3 wives, I'll have those 3 wives at the same time. Not that you have 3 husbands and I have 3 husbands all at the
What
same
are the
time.
comments saying? Because I don't think you're right. I don't want to
Let me hear from Tisha real quick before we start getting into the comments.
I agree with the ladies on this one. I just don't see it. Of course, it's possible, and I think, of course, it depends on a person's preference.
Right.
And younger generation is doing it, but with women, with women, like it's a
Somebody
lot
from
of
the
jealousy.
1990s
So
was
somebody is
doing
gonna
this.
feel some type of way.
People in the 2000s is really hitting it up hard.
Yeah, but whether
Like the
you're
80s
getting,
Yeah.
you know, the same
Somebody
amount of
was doing
sex
it
or
back
anything
then.
like that, somebody's
This
gonna
ain't
feel
new.
invalidated somehow. And then if somebody falls in love, but then my emotions are not considered, then what is the benefit of it besides the man being pleased? So
That's
So let me ask you this question: if you was being pleased in every aspect of the relationship, and he catered to your feelings, catered to your emotions, did everything you said, all that stuff was given. However, there was a couple of other ladies. Are you okay with him having these other women, but yet you're still being pleased in everything?
no,
Well, I'm
for
not
me
being
personally,
pleased.
Well, why
no.
not? Why not? What
Because
would it be?
I feel like if you want to do all that, then you need to be single. You might as well
Amen.
be single. Like if you basically you can't choose who to be with. Like you don't have your mind made up, so you just need to be single still.
or
Because
if
then you can
wanna
sleep
have
with
fun,
everybody.
If you want to have fun, then I should be able to have fun too.
I'm
Let's
not
all
negating
have
that.
fun.
Yeah, no, I'm not negating that. What I'm saying is specifically to direct the question: would you be okay if you were being catered to? Because you're saying no, I wouldn't be okay. But my question is why?
Because I feel like, I mean, if I'm being catered to, but you're also catering to Sheila,
Well,
Bertha,
no. What
this
if
person,
they're
that
not being
person.
catered? Bertha must be ugly. No offense, y'all. No offense, y'all.
I was going to say some things about Bertha.
No offense to
Bertha.
names, no offense.
Bertha
But
sounds
if you're
like
also
old
doing it
change.
to these people, or you might even be giving,
He said Bertha sound like she need an oil change.
I mean, some old people are into this kind of stuff now too.
Yeah, I read it. This
They
ain't starting
are.
out.
They are.
Somebody grandma was telling somebody about this.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
So-
But
You ought to do that.
if you're doing all that for me, but you're sleeping around with 3 other women at the same time, it almost invalidates everything that you're doing because you're giving me more attention, but you still have to go lay somewhere else.
So what? Okay, because you're not answering my question. So what would be the issue, or what are you saying the problem? Because basically, I want to find out. Okay, if he's doing everything you want, everything you need, and you're just saying that, okay, well he talking to somebody else, so I can't do that. What is? What is?
He's not giving me his whole heart.
Or attention.
And that's what
So what if
women
he's
want.
giving you a whole heart?
He's split.
You're not giving
No,
me
he
your whole
can't.
attention.
Yes, you can.
No,
Can't.
So
That's
you're saying.
impossible.
So let me ask you, Josh.
that's impossible.
So can a man be in love with a woman and talk or mess with another woman?
Yeah.
Yes, they can.
They can do that.
100% can.
Ask the question again.
All right, let me ask it again. Can a man be in love
In love.
with his wife or woman
Okay.
and still slip out of the house and mess with somebody else?
I think he can love his wife, but he may not be still in love.
Yeah, that's
All right,
the
we're going to have to get into the subjectiveness of
In love and what's love?
Let's
Okay,
get into
let's
it.
talk. Let's talk about it.
Okay.
All right. So let's talk. All right. So
Because
what is the
is
in
the
love?
googly eyes. I can't do nothing without you. I can't think without you. I love you. Or I got love for you. That's just like, oh, that's my wife. Yeah. We've
Right.
been married for
So this is what we're talking about. So you're saying that a person that is in love with their spouse, they can't have a bad day, night, whatever, go outside and see somebody that's giving them the attention that they, whatever just happened, and they can't sleep with that person, have no feelings for that girl, but sleep with her and still love their wife or still be in love with their wife.
I think it's
Yes, they
possible
can.
for a
It can
man.
happen.
Of course.
Yeah, it's possible for a man.
Of course it can.
Because
But
you guys
what
don't
make-
have like those type of emotions to have that.
They can lay down and do
You
it.
can
You
lay
can
down and do your
absolutely
work.
do that. I guess, I would have to take that one back.
Possible.
So
You can.
So with being in love with somebody, what attracts you to go out and have that bad night? Like
Because men, we're not, when we see something, we looking at body parts. We're not talking about, I'm about to get emotionally connected to her. We're looking at a body and okay, all right, well,
so looking at a body allows you to say, okay.
to have sex with somebody, of course.
So then no, you're
Yeah, I
not in
believe
love
that.
with your wife.
I
To
believe
me,
that.
you're not in love with your wife
Yeah.
because if you can be tempted by a body, you don't love me. Now you might fall, but
We got it.
Not in
Hold
love.
on.
Yeah,
in love.
you struggling. You
you're
struggling because
struggling to
you
love
ain't
me.
really
If you that
really
easy
loving
to
me.
be tempted.
Because if you really gonna love me and be in love with me, you wouldn't do anything
To her.
that will put me in a position of pain on purpose.
I'd have to disagree.
but even
On purpose?
Well, not on purpose.
That is
No,
on
not on purpose. Not on purpose.
That's on purpose.
No, not on purpose.
Because you make
So,
a conscious
you
decision
do,
to
but-
forget that I'm at home
Right.
or wherever I'm at,
Okay.
and you decide to take 15, 10 minutes, because that's all it's going to take.
That's all it's gonna be.
5, 10.
And then you're going to be like, oh, well, it was just a moment.
So
But
let me
if I do that, you trying to cut my head
Oh,
off,
absolutely.
my body off, and everything else.
Decapitation.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, let me ask this question. Let me ask this question.
Crazy double standard.
And we about to get into that. We about to talk about that.
God
But
Almighty.
can a person be vulnerable? Can you be vulnerable and mess
women
up?
can fall into that place too.
Absolutely they can.
Because
Anybody
talk
can.
about men
I mean,
and
we
wife, but
You said women
I think a woman. Yeah, I think a
I
woman
don't see
can
women
fall
do
into
that.
that
Yes,
place.
I
I
agree.
understand. She don't feel emotionally supported.
And be in love with
But can I tell you about a woman, though? Can I tell you about a woman, though?
It'll
If
take a
she
lot.
do it,
Oh, it's gonna
she's
take
already fell out of love.
she's not in love.
She ain't in
That's
love
the
no
thing.
more.
She's
She
not
done
in
left the
love.
building, and when she see the other man, she may not be in love with that man.
I will
but
have
she ain't
to-
in love with the one
I
that
will
she
have
left.
to
She can
disagree.
fall
Sorry,
out of
wait a minute.
love.
Because if you guys are staying, I'm sorry to cut you off, but
ahead.
if you're
Disagree.
staying
I'm with you on this
for
one.
a woman in a state of vulnerability, now it depends on the situation, and I just have to be honest. It depends on the situation. If you down and bad or something really bad has happened, say you found out your husband cheated on you and you just heartbroken, deprived. If you get around a right person that you may have attraction to, they've been attracted to you, whatever the case may be, and you're vulnerable enough, or you're drinking, whatever the case may
There
be.
ain't gotta be no drinking. No, don't put that in there. No, we ain't talking about getting drunk. We talking about conscious decisions that people make. It ain't got nothing to do with no drinking.
But how conscious is the decision when you're that vulnerable, though? Like, if you're doing it out of vulnerability.
Listen,
Vulnerability
vulnerability
is-
will-
That kind of-
it opens you up.
It's an
Well, I will
excuse.
say that. It is
It's
an
an
excuse. It is.
excuse. It's
But
an
I will say
excuse.
it's possible for
I
me.
have,
agree with
I
her. I
have
think
been
it's an
in
excuse.
love before, like in love, and when you're in love, you're not thinking about nobody else.
In
You're
love,
not.
yeah.
You're
absolutely.
not
I would
thinking
say
about
no.
nobody
When you're
else.
infatuated with
falling
that
out.
person, you're not thinking about nobody else.
Infatuation is the
But-
beginnings. That's not
Yeah,
love.
I'm
Love.
saying being in love is not. You don't feel infatuated with that person the whole time you're in love with somebody. That's impossible to say that in 30, 40, 50 years of marriage that you just like at all points in times, man, I just can't wait. There's gonna be times you like, if I go get a hotel for a couple weeks, then I'm out of here.
Do that mean
Well,
that
I
you
agree
don't,
with that, but that
you're
don't
not in
mean-
love?
Yeah,
No, what he's saying
that's
is
what I
that
was
you
getting
can
at.
be in love and
You can be
still-
in love, but not feel like
The googly all
like
the
you
time.
can't see nobody else but that person. I think that would be completely
and
unrealistic.
for women, I'm gonna say women, we are more emotional like that.
Of
We don't
course.
want to hurt our partner. We don't want to cause them any harm. So to just be vulnerable for a random guy, we wouldn't even put a man in that situation. Now, a woman that does that, she's already gone.
Right.
Or
Exactly.
she was never there.
Yeah.
But a woman who
Okay.
really cares for a man, we women, we are very strategic. We are not going to
You are
allow,
absolutely right.
Well, it
even
takes.
not-
I heard women
Yeah,
cheat.
it
They just
take-
cheat better.
They do, but what happens is it takes what happens
However
is
you wanna put it.
For a woman, it takes time.
Exactly.
So it's going to start with the texting.
There you go.
And then it's going to, gradually turn into something else. For a man, it don't take all that. It could take me seeing you one time, and that's it. But I don't have to have no feelings or nothing like that for you.
But what makes you just lose it all for just one time seeing somebody?
It could be vulnerability. It could be just a
dumb
stupid.
decision.
But y'all didn't
move.
say vulnerability. Y'all said I could just look at her. So if you just looking at her, how vulnerable are you?
Well, no. Well, it could just be a dumb decision.
Vulnerable if that's the case.
All
could
the
be.
time.
It could just be a dumb decision.
I think it works
Because
differently for men and women.
A
Definitely.
dumb decision might be a good idea because I think sometimes we think men actually think like we do and
They
they
don't.
No,
They don't think
absolutely.
nothing
No,
like
of course we
us.
don't.
But for men to be such logical thinkers, like, why would that not be a time for you to be logically thinking?
That's a good point.
Because they don't want to. They don't want to.
No, it's not a one. It's more of what
All
he
logic
said.
goes out the window at that point when you see something that you like and you like, yeah.
Depending on the man, yeah.
But at some point, you're like, dang, I shouldn't do this. At some point throughout the
Yeah.
night, you
Yeah,
think
yeah.
Because you have to take steps to push your wife or this significant other to the back of your mind while you're doing this. Because you're not thinking about her while you're doing it.
I stand firm on this, that the wonderful thing or the best thing about marriage is the fact that out of everybody in the world that could possibly be with me or be with you, I'm still choosing this one person. And I don't think if there wasn't any other possibilities of attraction or being with anybody else, it wouldn't be marriage. It would just be, you're my only option. So with someone being in love or being in that marriage, I believe it takes a form of discipline to say, okay, despite all options or choices, I'm choosing to still be with this person regardless of whatever comes about.
Right.
Now, cheating comes about when someone doesn't have that discipline. When
Right.
somebody doesn't
I have to agree with
that
that.
mentality of, okay, I'm intentionally choosing this person still despite what's being thrown at me.
Right, because
You
I mean,
know.
almost on the contrary, almost by listening to what everybody else is saying, as if they're in love, then that means that everybody becomes ugly or non-attractive,
No.
which
No.
that
No, that's
doesn't-
not what
that
we're
don't
saying.
exist.
No, I think.
No, I know. No, I know exactly what he's saying. I'm saying like from
What
what you
we're
all were saying that if I'm just so in love, there's no
No.
way I'll look at nobody.
I don't think
if
so.
somebody look good,
That's not
you
what
don't
we're
get
saying.
blinded.
I'm not saying that.
Because
Okay,
men have
okay,
eyes.
That's
what it
ridiculous.
sounds like.
That's how it
But
sounds.
no,
No,
but
we
something
never
so
said that.
important
Don't
that you
take
said
our
that.
words and turn it
Twist
around
them.
because
Oh, I
what
thought
we're
that's what y'all
saying
said.
is when somebody is in love, they're in love. I'm not saying that I can't mess up. I can mess up too.
Absolutely.
And I still love you, but I'm not in love in that moment once I've gone out. I've already been separating
Okay,
from
so
you
do you
before
resume-
I got
Love
out
and
there.
yeah, because all right, let me ask you a question. So can you resume back in love after you? So you said,
I think so.
So being in love is
I
an
think
in and
so.
out thing.
It
Right.
could be.
Say it again.
So you can be in and out of love throughout a relationship.
throughout the day.
I'm not saying in and out.
No.
Y'all taking the concept and throwing it all the way
you
to the
said- you
left,
said-
and I'm talking about in the middle.
Okay,
Y'all
I'm saying
all
you
the way
said
over
in a
here or
situation-
all the way over there. Come back to the middle.
You say in a situation where you see somebody that you're not in love in that moment, right?
Yeah, that's what was said.
Go
Is
ahead.
that what you're saying? I just want to clarify before I go to the next part.
Go ahead. Say it again.
So if you're not in love in that moment, is there a later time where you can be back in love?
They can build me back up to fall in love again. Can you not fall in love again with the same person?
That's possible.
Right. So what I'm saying is, what I said is what you said. Then you can be in and out of love. Like you can be
Yeah,
in
not
and
like
out.
in and out of love today and then tomorrow I'm in love again. No, it
Okay,
takes some
so-
time. It takes some progress and some movement towards me to pull me back in if that's what you want.
Okay, so when you're in that space of being in love,
Yes.
you can't make a decision that shows otherwise.
I didn't say that.
That's what I'm asking.
No, that's not what
Okay,
I'm saying.
Okay.
But something important that you said while you were saying, as far as choosing a person rather than being your only option, you said when you choose to make a partner your wife, you're choosing to be disciplined, to not want to go out and do all these other things. So when you go out and sleep with someone else, you're deciding, you're making it a decision in your mind to say, I'm taking down this discipline because I want, because of what I want. So you men, I mean, it's possible, of course, we know that, but like what is the purpose?
All right, so back to the in love thing. So could a person be in
Answer the
love
question.
and oh, you had a question? I'm sorry. Was that a question?
Was that a question?
I mean,
I thought it was a question.
I'm sorry, what did you ask? I'm sorry, I didn't even hear the question. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Say, what was your question?
I
What
was
was your
just
question?
saying if it's a decision that can be made, or like, because you're saying like, what is the problem with it? But the thing is, if you're choosing to be with one person, basically, but you have that choice to like be disciplined or not disciplined, then why be with the person if you're going to choose to? Or how is that love even, or being in love, or love in general? If you have the decision, like you said, marriage, if we're using marriage for those terms, you're making the choice to be disciplined. That's what you said.
Right.
So which means that if I see someone or something happens and you're just pleasing to my eyes, I'm now choosing
Absolutely, it's a decision.
consciously.
Yeah,
Absolutely, yeah, it's a choice.
No, we're not saying.
We're not saying it's not a choice. We're just saying it's not the best choice. And I mean,
Come on now.
it's a poor choice. It's a poor choice. Poor choice. A bad decision. You know, whatever. You're right. It's a bad decision. Everybody or anybody, whether male or female, could be in love with somebody and still make that wrong choice. What I wanted to say to Miss AV is when she was talking about being in love and then do something in a moment of being out of love and then return back to being in love later down the line. So then that means that it's possible that a person can be in love with somebody and mess up on that person.
We didn't disagree with that, I don't think.
I think she did.
I'm quiet. I'm just.
Speak freely.
I just still think, even if a woman, let's just say hypothetically, is in love with her man and she falls out of love for whatever reason, I still think some women wouldn't jeopardize that, because at the end of the day, we want to be back in love. If we didn't want to be back in, we probably would have left.
Yeah,
So
I
think it's hard to just say, oh, because I'm out of love now, then it's okay to cheat. No, it's still the same.
Right. So, all right. So, I mean, I guess let's bring it back to the polygamy conversation. In a polygamous relationship, is it considered cheating, or is everybody just aware of what's going on?
It's not considered cheating. Everybody is aware, but we have to agree to disagree that the women are allowed to have boyfriends as well.
I think that's just. I think that's based upon the relationship with the person with.
The terms and conditions.
Yeah, the terms and conditions.
Terms and conditions.
I'm just saying. The reason I'm saying this is because I've seen women that are in these type of relationships, but it don't be like a whole bunch. It's just two women. It'd be a man and two women. They all live together. You know, all of that stuff like that, and they're okay just being with that one man and not having other women. I mean, other men. Now, I'm not saying that it's not possible for the. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So what you're saying is that if your man has multiple women, you say
my man would have multiple women.
I'm saying hypothetically. Hypothetically.
No, but hypothetically, I think if a woman is to indulge in that and she wants that, then she should have that option. I think women sometimes we want to do what men do, so we like, okay, yeah, I would be interested in that, but my man not gonna like it, so I'm gonna just let him have another woman and I'll just suffer on the sideline. Because most of the time when these women are in these relationships, they're getting the bad end of the stick.
Yeah.
The man is the one who is getting all of the pleasure, all of the
benefits. I wouldn't say that it's all beneficial for the man, because he got to spend twice as much as money. He got to deal with twice as much attitude. He got to deal with twice as much. You follow what I'm saying? Y'all understand? Dealing with one woman is already.
Why would you want? So
why would you want two?
Wait, it's not me. Hey. No. We just talking about a man. We just generally speaking. No, not me. I prefer just one woman. My preference is one. That's my preference.
So why would
okay. So then
we got any comments? Why would any man?
Because men. One of the top things that men thrive off of in a relationship is sex. And so there are times when women don't like having sex, or they got those moments in the month, and then some women, they have, some issues with have.
Wait, go ahead.
Huh?
No, I'm listening.
But some women have, cycles that last 2 weeks or a month or 6 months. And you got a man that's like, I'm struggling with 3 days. What I'm saying? What's going on? So that's why I'm saying. That's why I think that some men
that's an excuse,
prefer.
I think.
It's not an
Let's
excuse.
think about it, though.
It's logic.
That's one part of sex. There's a whole lot of other
So
things
would
they
that
can do.
make it
That's
okay
what I was thinking.
for a man to want to
It's a whole-
monogamous relationship?
okay. All right.
with-
I got you,
She right.
AZ.
She does. She right. But
Huh?
you know,
So would it be right for a husband to want that when his wife has a baby and they can't do anything for 6 weeks?
yeah, that's the nature of a man. Y'all asked the question, why would a man want to?
Oh, she said it's right. No, it's not right.
No, I'm not saying that. Thank you, sir. No, I'm not saying that's right. I'm saying y'all asked the question, why would men want to do this? It's because men want sex.
So I wonder if you need that much sex, I
Then you
wonder
don't
if
need to
you
get
have
married.
some type of issue.
Or why
Possibly.
get married?
Why don't
Well,
you
I
just
don't think
date?
polygamous relationships have to be marriages.
No,
Okay.
right,
Well,
that's
not in this day and age.
right.
Or why you want me to be your girlfriend? Let's just kick it.
Well, because see, men, we like to be in relationships too. We like to be with a woman, but y'all asked the question, why do men do that? And it's because sometimes sex could be lacking in certain areas, and so if sex is lacking, and that's something that and see, sex ain't nothing that we gotta think about. This is nature. We ain't talking about sex is we gotta think about, look up in the sky and say, hey, when is the next time I'm gonna have sex? Nah, men wake up in the morning and that be. Is that my big, oh.
You gotta have a horoscope.
Yeah, I mean, we have been looking at this, you know what I'm saying? It's looking to find out when it's time to have sex, just like a woman. A woman has, it's days of the month that, they have that time of the month where they want to have sex. It's nature. It's natural. So for just like animals, pheromones is what it's called. So pheromones is a scent that a woman gives off. It's not by intent. But men, we subliminally smell it, and we try to figure out why we feel like we want to do something. So that is the reason why men would prefer to have multiple women, just in case there's a time where he needed. Why y'all mad?
I really want to
No, but I
pray
just
for the
wanna-
men.
Is it our fault? Okay, is it our fault?
All right, so what happens when y'all get older?
Y'all too.
When we don't have a cycle, our sex drive goes up, and y'all can't
They
seem to get
tired.
it.
They better get that
And now we gotta go find you a blue pill, purple pill, a green pill.
Hey,
all
everybody
all of that. Just to get it all up.
All you want to do is make it happen.
Hey, I mean that's that happens.
I'm not saying I ain't willing to do all that, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, go and get the Viagra and whatever else they got out there.
Listen, and some men, I was talking to somebody today. They don't know nothing about this, but she said her daddy had her at 72.
Yes, Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Men
few out
still,
there.
72 had her.
few
I know people that are about to be
Her
70
mama
and
was
still
27.
kicking it.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, but that's the thing though.
Yeah.
That's the thing for an older man, because what happens when they get older, if you think about it, when men get older,
They do.
they kind of regress back to their youth.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they feel like they're reaching that age where
They need
they're
that
about
ego
to
stroke.
die.
Yeah.
So they need that.
Yeah.
So they literally will leave
And that's-
a wife that they've been
it's
married to for
biblical.
years and go get a younger woman.
It's biblical. When
Yep.
the people, and this ain't about, this ain't a preaching message or nothing, but back in the old days when people would get old, they would go get go get the young maids and bring them to them.
and bring 'em.
Not for them to, but in their presence and make the man feel a little stronger.
Stronger, yes sir.
And so, and that, age ain't nothing but a number. I don't know why y'all making it seem like,
Nah,
because
not
he,
72 at 27. That's
72 is crazy.
Well, I'm just saying.
I mean, he just
She was
wasn't
waiting
asking
for-
numbers,
she
I
was
guess.
waiting for him to
I'm
die.
just saying, what's wrong with a?
He was
She
born
wanted
in
some money.
1897. He was born in the 1800s. And got him a 27-year-old.
Wow, that's wild.
Ma'am,
Jesus.
I ain't judging her though.
I ain't judging her. I ain't mad at her. He probably had a nice pension.
Yeah.
Something. Well, I don't
She got something.
He had something.
Yeah, he was.
It wasn't his looks.
But he might have looked good. We got, man, if, black don't crack.
I know, but 72
Might have been a brother.
is, nah,
Listen.
72 is wild.
So you saying that you can't fall in love with an old man?
Not 72.
Okay.
What if he
Okay,
like
what if he's
56?
what if
I
he's
don't care.
what if he's 60?
I'm 41. I mean,
So
I'm
what
right
if he's
there.
60?
Let's do it. I'm right there.
So
72. My dad
39.
is 71. That's too much for me. That's just too much for me. 60, I can. Yeah, come on, Grandpa. 71, that's a little bit too much
So let me ask y'all this. Now, does it get to a place where, older women, when you get older, do you ever have an attraction? Has there ever been a time where, do y'all think older women get attracted to younger men?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I love younger men. I mean,
Ow.
excuse me, I'm sorry. Getting too real on this.
Hey, we need to take a break. We need a commercial break. We need a commercial break.
That's the joke. Y'all right, sir?
So why is it that older woman, it's okay for her to have? Now we're going to the gender role. We're going to switch it up a little bit, but I guess we'll deal with double standard a little bit. But why is it okay that an older woman could have a younger man, but when we see an older man with a younger woman, it's like a lot of criticism? So the Cougars could have, they could
Or
scratch.
I would even say this.
Cougar who?
Cougars
It's usually the younger men coming for me, not the other way around. A cougar is an old lady chasing a young man.
Oh, that's the term.
I am not a cougar.
Oh, okay.
Not trying to get a
So,
Sorry, bring it back, bring it back.
I'm sorry. The older ladies, excuse me,
Older lady.
their attractions. I done forgot my. My question. My question was. I'm sorry.
That's
Why is it that it's okay for an older woman to like younger men versus an older man liking a younger woman? I've seen this thing, and I'm not saying I agree with it. I don't agree with it, but this guy, he was a pastor, and he was like maybe 40,
I know exactly
50, something like that. And the girl was 8 when she turned 18. He used to be her teacher and all stuff like that. When she turned 18, I don't agree with it, but when she turned 18, he married her. So is that? I mean, that's probably a bad example. Let me not even talk about.
Yeah, that's a tough example because he was her teacher. So that's a little different.
But okay, so if there's a man and he's 30 years old, 30 years old, and it's an 18-year-old girl. I mean, is that bad?
Yes.
I don't think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Is she grown?
Let's make him a little bit older.
Okay, 21. Okay, she's 21, he's 41. Is that okay?
That's still tough.
So
just
let me
depends on
throw
preference.
something in there.
It's tough.
We look at the 41 man as a weirdo looking at the 21-year-old,
Cause
right?
yeah.
But the 21-year-old say, "Well, I want an older, mature man."
That's
And
it.
when she says it, yeah, go get an
it.
older, mature
No.
man.
Actually, no, I've never done that. I had somebody say that to
That's
me,
what I heard
and
a
I
lot.
said to
I
her,
heard that.
that is not a good idea for
Yeah.
you.
It's still problematic. The 41-year-old I believe, wants to date that 21-year-old because there's no responsibilities. I'm 41. I have bills. Like the 21, she just made me a nails done on her phone bill. So it's like, there's no real responsibility. But that 21-year-old, she's looking for financial because she thinks he's stable.
Right.
He's older.
But is
So-
that okay for her to look? She looked like
I
the
think
good
it's
person
okay.
out of it.
Yeah, she looks like the good person, but at the end of the day, she's going to grow up in that
Yeah,
relationship,
yeah.
and she's going to want something different. And now he's done settled in, and
So-
now
so
he's like,
who's bad in this? Is the guy bad?
I don't
'Cause
think
he's older?
anyone's
older.
bad in it.
If I had to pick, I would pick the man.
Why are you
Why?
picking the man? Sexist or is it?
Maybe. I just think that he's older, more mature, he knows better. I would think.
But what if she? I mean, okay. So
He
what
does.
if she's
Come
very?
on now.
So what if she's very mature for her age? Like people say, she's very mature. She got her stuff together. She got her own spot. She got whatever she want. She's a very mature adult. She left her house when she was 17, built herself up. She's 21 years old, no kids, got everything. She got her own crib. She got her own vehicle. Got her own job. Got her own money. Is it then okay because she's mature for her age?
No, because she might not be mentally right.
But if she grown, she's 21. Is that grown or what is that?
So what's the cap then for her? as
I
far
mean,
as a woman
I don't necessarily
looking to
agree
date
with
older.
Venus. I think if she's fully mature, she's taking care of herself, she's left her mama house, she paying her own bills, and she taking care of herself. If she can make a decision, the only problem I would be concerned about for her is her emotional maturity. She might be mature in every financial way.
Yeah.
She might have the body. She might even have the brains.
Yeah.
But it's her emotions old enough to manage a 41-year-old man.
I agree.
Absolutely, yeah.
I saw a video about something like this actually, and they were saying that most older men go for younger women because you can train them up. They don't want to deal with women their age because they already have a mindset
Can't teach
of what
old
I'm not going
dogs.
to tolerate and what you're not going to treat me like. But as a woman, emotional wise, you haven't developed yet, and technically, medically wise, your brain hasn't even fully developed.
Amen.
So you may have not have many relationships, so you don't have much experience, so you're willing to tolerate much. And if you can have everything that you desire on your own, but if you're not mentally or emotionally mature enough, then I can kind of play with you like Play-Doh. I can finesse you how I really want to, because
Absolutely.
once a woman gets connected with an emotion, I mean, I pretty much got you. You bait, like it's a
So
wrap.
so what? Okay, so what if she's 31 and he's 41 and she's immature? Since we're talking about maturity.
He don't have to marry her.
Well, no, I'm saying we're
You
talking
know?
about maturity, right? So does age reflect maturity? It does not.
necessarily.
Not necessarily.
So then we can't look at age.
But
right,
you did
but
a
I'm talking
20-year
about
gap.
emotional maturity, not just.
I mean, even with the 20-year gap, I mean, it's basically a number. Because you got men that want more kids, right? So they're going to look at girls that's younger.
That's true.
Okay.
You know what I mean? If I want more kids, I'm almost 40. I'm not going to choose somebody that's 40 years old. If I want more kids, if I want like 3 or 4 more kids, I'm probably going to choose somebody maybe in their 20s.
That's tough.
We
I'm
quiet.
just saying.
That's tough.
That, I mean, because that'll be my choice. Because I'm just telling you how a man would think. If it's my choice to want to have more kids, I got to look at the age that. And I mean, she could
But
be.
20?
Well, no.
In her
I said
20s?
20s. 20s is 29. That's 28.
Okay.
27.
That sounds better.
26.
21.
25.
I can see 28
21.
and 29, but you going down and low, man.
I mean, so all right. So let me ask this question. If I'm 36 years old, right, and then I start dating a girl that's 23, is that a problem?
You
No.
said 36.
Yeah, 36.
I think I'm a little biased. Like, I would say no.
Yeah,
I don't think it's a
so.
problem, because I've been in relationships with people that were in their 30s and I was in my 20s.
Me too.
So I don't think it's a problem. Now,
I
when
have.
it comes to teenage years and like your
But no.
friends,
We ain't talking about
I'm
teenagers.
just saying.
I have.
Let's stick with 21
I
and
said
above.
18 because you guys said it 18.
Well, you
Let's
said
not
stay
like
Okay,
17.
so let's just go ahead and stick a pin.
20,
Let's say
21.
21 and up. We're
And
not
above.
talking about nothing else.
Nothing like
Even
that.
21, I
Right,
still
but-
stick to that. Like, so if if a girl is 21 and if you're 41,
All right, so let's
That's fair.
just stick with 36. So if I'm 36 years old and I decide to date a 21-year-old woman, is that a problem?
It's none of our business, but I'm looking at you like, I'm gonna look at you a little funny.
Why?
because she just
Cause
became
she's
She
a
legal.
just became
baby.
illegal.
But what if she's matured? What if she has all of her stuff together?
I'm telling you, you must want a headache, because that baby.
I'm just
she's
asking
still
a question.
growing
I'm not
up.
about to choose no
By the time
21-year-old,
she
but I'm
gets
just saying.
25
No, I know what you're
and she
saying.
done bust these babies out, she's gonna be ready to go hang out. 25 to 28, she's gonna be like, I'm still sitting in this
Yep.
house.
She gonna grow up.
Yeah, 21 is not a good age. I remember being 21.
But I'm saying, what if she's the different? Like, she's the different 21. But wait. Why would you look at a person that's 15 years older than a woman? Like, why would you look at the man funny? What would be the reason?
I'm not looking at the man funny. I'm just saying, why do you want someone that young? Like,
Why would I want somebody that old?
I was gonna say, even for the girl too, you can look at her funny too. 'Cause,
Why
like,
would I want? Why
you
would I
might
want?
have
Why
some
would I
daddy
want?
issues.
Why would I want a 36-year-old woman if I say she might be a little bit too old for me?
But you said you're choosing younger for babies, right?
Yeah.
36-year-old women, 40-year-old women. I had a client that was 50 and had a baby.
Well, we talking
There are
about
y'all-
facts about.
y'all just said a man had a baby at
the
7.
Yep,
age of
y'all
where
sure
you-
did.
your-
the flowers is
The
uh,
geriatric, it becomes like geriatric. I'm
It's
gonna
the
have to look
fly-
it
the
up.
Bible-
Yeah, after age,
It's
it's,
Bible
it is
talks-
after
Bible
age.
calls it flower.
The likelihood
It's a
of
higher
pregnancy
risk
is
after
higher.
40.
It is.
the flower is being blown away. You know the little flower that you blow and it
So listen, but listen.
He loves it.
The Bible says she passed her flower. That's what
I got no more petals.
She only got one. You might miss.
she done lost all her petals.
That's funny.
No disrespect for the
Tell
older
you what,
women.
but don't come. It ain't coming out of this body. So,
Yeah,
most of us ain't
but
trying
what
to do that anyway.
Yeah,
so.
but no, I think that having a woman in your age bracket, whatever, I think that's fine. I think that's good. But I'm saying for men that may want more, kids, or may want a woman that's gonna want to do a little bit more, like travel and all that stuff like that. And then, well, I'm just listen. Let's listen to what I'm saying, because sometimes and I'm nothing against older ladies, but in some cases,
What do you consider older?
I don't have a
Let's put a
consideration.
number on it.
I don't know. I'm not putting. I don't.
You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. I'm very active. I'm very active. About to be in Paris.
I don't have an opinion right now. I plead the fifth.
That's funny.
So back to this. I mean, because I think that's considered a double standard, because sometimes we look at guys that get the younger ladies because of what they want out of it, and then you have women that want older men because of what they want out of it. But the girl that wants an older man, she's choosing right because he's stable and he got this and got that. But then a guy that's trying to get somebody younger, and maybe what Tisha said, and wants to mold her into something, is looked at as bad. Why?
For that reason, you want to mold her.
But she wants his money because he's stable. She want a man that's stable
Or mature.
or mature.
That don't mean she's gonna get that.
I mean, true. That's true.
So they both gonna have some issues that they got to deal with if that's their choice. I'm not saying it's bad or good.
I think that's what we're trying to get
I
to.
just
Like,
think-
where does that line of bad?
Right.
Where's that line
Where the
of bad?
standard
If a
at?
woman wants an older, more mature, established man,
It's fine.
and a man wants a younger, more
Immature.
susceptible to pregnancy woman, whether it be looks, body, whatever,
Yeah.
where's that line of that's all right, but if one more step further, we're gonna have to call somebody.
Yeah.
Where's that line
It's
at?
the age.
Yeah, I think it's the
The
age.
age.
I think it's the age.
I know a lady that she said she had her first child at 14. Her husband was 23 at the time, and he married her. Mama signed the rights when she was 15 and everything. They went on and got married.
See, that's a
And
little wild.
they was married for 50 years. She said that was the best man ever. Before he
That's
died.
the only man.
That's the only man she knew.
Yeah, besides
She
her
don't
dad.
know what was good.
Of course, he was the best. That's all.
Yeah, but when you look at it, by the time she's 23, he's 33. By the time she's 33, he's 43. So when you look at it like that, if it would have been 10 years later, nobody would have said anything.
You're right.
Yeah, that's wild. I mean, the teenage stuff, that's just a little different.
The teenage
Yeah.
stuff is
That's
crazy.
crazy.
It was back in the day, wasn't it?
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
back in
this
the
was
day,
probably
back in the day, they used to marry.
Yeah, that's all
She
they
was born in
did.
the
They
40s.
married very
So
young.
this is like 50s, 60s.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I don't
But
know.
see, there's laws that are different now.
Yeah.
very
you
much
can't be
so.
doing all
But
that stuff.
the line of what is too far. If a woman wants a more mature man and a woman wants a younger woman,
You ain't a man.
where
It's opinionated to me. I think everybody has their own
Yeah.
theory. Yeah, but don't be looking at me funny because I got a young girl. You know what I'm saying? Because
I probably will.
Y'all want me to be with somebody, 56, and I'm 36. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No.
20, 24 and higher. 25.
Oh, 25 good?
Yeah.
so that's 11 years.
11 years
I'm
is
good
fine.
with
What's the
that.
difference between 11 and 13?
13.
13.
I thought it was 2. So yeah, okay. So if a woman is 25, she can get any man that's older. So if he's 65, 25 is still fine.
She crazy. She just wants some money.
I don't think
you
a
gonna automatically know.
25-year-old woman is looking to settle down with a 60-year-old.
No,
She's trying to
Nobody-
have
trying to
some
get
money.
some
saying I do.
Well, I'm just saying.
Yeah, she trying to get that check.
But what if
That
though?
bank.
I mean, who
That's
you looking
all
at funny
bank.
at that point?
25 to 60, I'm not looking at nobody funny because they both grown.
I'm looking
Well,
at
okay,
that
so, but that
25-year-old. I'm be
but you
straight
saying
up.
like 20,
She just
21
trying to
is
get some
kinda-
cash.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
where it
20.
gets, yeah.
Okay, 25 is.
What I was
can
saying,
see.
a 25-year-old, if she was in it to settle down, I just can't see a 25-year-old like wanting a 60-year-old man. Yeah, unless
I mean,
she
you
didn't
got
have
some
her
women
father.
that's like that though.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, you got some that's.
I'm sure.
Yeah, so let's.
And most of them like that didn't have their father in their life, so
Yeah,
they
so they
running
looking for a
around
father.
trying to find their
Change his
father.
diapers.
Yeah, they someone she wants to change his diapers.
She about to be that nurse.
Yeah, she practicing to be a
So-
RN.
And then you think about it too, like, I mean, I don't know if this is too far, but when younger girls are with older people like that, like she's typically calling him daddy. So
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
No, wait, let's slow down.
65,
Women call men daddy,
not
and they both be 23.
no, but I'm saying as far as for that age difference, like there could be a.
Some
I'm
days.
just saying. I'm just saying.
All right, Pastor. You can't take me there. You know I'm
All
gonna
right,
go
there we
too
go.
far.
Let me take a commercial break. Let me take a commercial break. Well, let's talk about these gender roles real quick so I get y'all out of here. I look like we got a pretty good audience on here. I think we may have some questions here. We're going to answer y'all questions and try to get some of these comments. But let's talk a little bit about gender roles because this is going to, I think, ignite a new fire. We'll let Josh start this off because I think this is one of his conversations. And while we're dealing with gender roles, if you have not shared this video yet, please go ahead and press the share button. It's just right by your right thumb, right there. Use that thumb or your index finger if you're a little. Oh, never mind. But use your thumb and press the share button so we get these messages out. And go to hit like. Let me see a few likes and a few hearts or something like that. Thank you. I know y'all tuned in. I know we're having a good night. Go to share the video, like it real quick. Now we're going to talk about, thank you. That looks good. That looks real good.
Your
It looks real
audience
colorful.
popping.
Yeah, we popping.
Oh.
All right, so Josh, let's talk about this gender role thing.
All right. So let me put it in the form of a question or context. Last week we talked a little bit about a variety of things, and one of the last things that we talked about. One of the last things that we talked about.
Lisa's wild.
One of the last things we talked about was preferences, and if the women prefer a man to do something, then is it wrong for a man to prefer their women to do something in regards of attractiveness or what they're looking for? So, for example, a woman may want a man to make 6 figures, but is it wrong for a man to want her to be under a certain age or have a certain bust or hip or waist or, all those kind of things? So gender roles kind of got thrown into it as far as, I guess, if a woman wants a man making 6 figures, and then as far as her working and the man being attracted to a woman making 6 figures is not the same. So it was a whole bunch of stuff. So gender roles and standards was the conversation. Do y'all think standards are needed? Do y'all think there are standards? Do y'all think gender roles are needed, or there aren't any gender roles? What's y'all thoughts?
Well, if nobody want to say anything, I'll start. I think that standards, the double standard is needed, and the reason being is because a female is made differently 100% than a male. I don't think that in certain aspects, men and women are treated equal, and it's because of the double standard. As far as the roles being played, I think that is necessary so we can have a understanding of your role and my role, or what you're to do and what I'm to do. If you expect for me to provide for the home, then I'll have an expectation for you, and that I think it's needed. I think it's necessary. I think now, and it's for me, like. Now I know people that they're married and they split the bills in half. That's not me. I'm willing to take care of the person that I'm with. If I'm married, I'm willing to pay for whatever. I'm going to take care of you 100%. But I look for you to take care of me 100% at my house. That's me. And so that's where whatever. But nowadays it's like everything is 50-50. We go out to eat. You paying for your meal, I'm paying for, this, and that, so I'm a little more old school in that aspect, but anybody can chime in.
Yeah, I agree that they are needed because gender roles, a man is masculine and a woman is supposed to be feminine.
Yep.
The man is supposed to provide and protect, and that's what the man is supposed to do. But I think it gets confused because women are out here being masculine because we have to, whether it's splitting the bills 50-50 or not having a man and having to pay the bills. But the woman is supposed to nurture and take care of the house and all of that, but there's no law that the man can't do that and vice versa. But I do think it needs to be a separation because a man is a man and a woman is a woman. But and speaking from experience, men are not being men anymore. Like they're not holding up the role that they're supposed to because they don't know how to. They haven't seen it. So, but it's definitely their roles, definitely.
Right. So in that regard, so is it okay for you to have an expectation or a preference of what your man should bring to the table, or should he bring the whole table, as some people would say? And is there a preference that you have, and is it okay for him to have the same preference, or what if he has? So, say for instance,
That's a lot of questions.
I'm gonna break it down. So say for instance, you say, hey man, I want you to have 6 figures, and if we get married, or if we're gonna be together, you need to have at least like 25,000 in the bank, right? Say for instance that's your preference. Then he says that, well, I want you to make sure your body looks like this, or I want to make sure that you have this amount in your account and you have your own vehicle when you come. Is that okay?
I don't know if I agree with those standards.
Well, I'm just hypothetical.
But,
yeah,
hypothetically,
yeah.
but absolutely.
Okay.
Because we have these miscommunicated expectations for people, and we out here doing things that we don't necessarily have to do because that person is not looking for that.
Right.
A woman could, and for instance, I did that. I used to think that a wife was supposed to cook all the time, and I had a conversation one day with my husband, and he was like, "I don't care about you cooking." And I was like, "What?"
Wow.
I used to get out work and come home and cook. He was like, "That don't tickle my fanny."
Yeah, gotcha.
So you have to
make sure
communicate about what you want, and if it's 6 figures or your body to look like. I said this earlier that I think people are not really saying what they want.
Yeah,
very true.
People are just throwing what they want on people. So if I'm getting into a relationship with a man and he tells me I want you to be 125, tell me that. Because now I know what I got to do to keep you. And if I love you enough, then I might do it. Because I want to be with you.
Yeah.
Right.
Somebody might not do that, but it's all what you want in your relationship. But you have to talk about what you expect.
100% agree. What y'all think over here?
I agree with both of you. I think you definitely have to define what that role is going to be, and be clear about it, because if you're not clear about it and I'm doing, like you said, doing things that you don't really care about, and I've heard that from a man, like a lot of the stuff we do, it's like, I don't care if you weave your hair all down your back. All I care about is if you in this house by this time, or something like that, or you upstairs and you run to my bath water, or something like that. Something really simple, and I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off, doing all this stuff that does not make any sense to him.
Right.
No, I want to, be able to have a conversation with you, let you know what I want, and I'm willing to do what you want if you're willing to do what I want.
Or a man running around buying Louis Vuittons and
That's not what you want.
And I just want a date.
Yeah.
So you got to talk about what you want.
So let me ask you this question. I'm gonna let you talk, Tisha. Let me ask you this question. I think Josh threw this out last week, but how would you all feel? We're gonna go around to you ladies. How would you feel if your husband said, "Hey, I want you to be the breadwinner, and I'll take care of the house"?
Absolutely not.
Why?
Because a man is supposed to provide. Absolutely not. I'm not doing it.
So who said that a man is supposed to provide?
God.
Well, I mean, what if I don't believe in God?
Well, you're not gonna be my man.
But I'm saying,
we're talking about general census.
Yeah. So yeah. I mean,
it depends on the person. It depends on the person. For me and my house, absolutely not. I need my man to be a man.
So
I want to be a
going
woman.
to work defines a man as a man?
Providing for his family. Yes.
So could a man say, well, providing for your family as a woman, that makes you a woman?
Absolutely not. For me in my house, no,
So
sir.
then what makes a woman a woman?
What do you mean? What is the woman's role?
If-
What is
if-
she?
Nah,
Yeah,
if making a man, providing makes a man a man.
The
what
woman
makes
is
a
supposed to be home, nurturing the children, taking care of the household, being the peacemaker. That's the woman's job. The woman is supposed to be in the house, taking care of that home, making sure when the man gets home, that is his sacred, safe place.
Okay.
My idea. Now it just
Yeah.
depends. It depends.
Oh yeah, you got people that got different. I mean,
Yeah.
you got people that think,
The complete opposite.
total opposite.
Some people don't want there to be any kind of role.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
do
No
what you want,
defining. You can
whatever
just do
happens,
whatever you
Yeah.
want.
We gonna roll the dice?
So I have a question. So what if you have already been married? I know, we know what we
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
right?
we-
But if you decide you want to get married again and you've already raised your children, they're raised, they're grown, and now this man that's in your house is saying you need to and you making more money. Y'all both working, but you making more money, and you've already raised your kids, and you got money set aside to be able to, do whatever you want. And he coming in, and he's like, all right, well, I want to, I need to take over all of that and take on the responsibilities, and, but there is no responsibilities because these kids is grown.
Right.
And I made this money, I saved this money. I never let there ever be any problem in the house with the finances, but why should I allow him to be top dog?
So that's a
Whoa,
phenomenal
whoa,
question.
Let's stay right there. Top dog. Do you feel like because he wants to be the overseer or the responsible party that you feel like a woman is then less than because a man comes in and says, I want to basically dominate or I want to be in control over everything? Does that then make her, like, her value diminish?
I wouldn't say that her value would diminish, but do she have to do that if everything is going well anyway? What would be the point?
If that's just what he wants, if that's his preference.
But if it's her preference to stay in that position,
So
why would there be a problem?
So I just want to make sure I'm clear. So y'all both have jobs. You make more money. Y'all just getting together, and he's saying he wants to provide and take care of you, and you're saying, no, I want to provide and take care of you.
No, she's saying if he take over on the funds, if he take over
over the
finances,
yeah.
like in the responsibility, saying like, okay, we're gonna unify this money.
Right,
yeah,
like
no, I don't
if I
wanna
want
do
to,
that
if you my
either.
sister,
I don't wanna do that
let's
either.
do this. Let's do this. I'll make it even plainer. I'll make it plainer. If you my sister and you call me up and say, yo, I just need you to loan me $1,500, and I'll be like,
I gotta ask my
got you,
husband.
no problem. But he like,
Nah, we ain't doing that.
why you ain't tell me that?
Okay.
Uh-oh.
I'm not unifying no money.
Wait,
hold on.
And no shade to anybody, but let's say this: I've never had a man come in and take care of me either. So I don't know what I would do in that aspect. But for these 41 years, my money is my
Yeah,
money.
Okay. So what if you do come into the place where you meet somebody and they got way more money than you, and they's like, yo, you know what I'm saying, I'm still the head of this house,
Yeah,
and you're not
absolutely.
gonna do what you want with your money. It's
Absolutely.
like, you know,
And but if my
no, you
sister
ain't loaning
called
that money
me,
out. Are you
if
good
my
with that?
If my okay, but if my sister called me,
You gonna loan that money?
Yes, absolutely. Girl, don't tell
you
Tom.
ain't gonna be-
Don't tell
you ain't gonna be
Tom.
Don't tell Jerome.
That's crazy.
Wow. Okay. Tisha, what you got to say?
In regards to the money situation?
Nah, we off the money. Unless you do
Okay.
want to say something.
No, I was gonna say based off of what she was saying. She said that there are miscommunicated expectations, but I think the problem is there's no communication with expectations at all. I think some people just go into relationships, like y'all said, just thinking like, I'm gonna love you this way or give you this, that, that way. But when a relationship is established, friendship or, spouse relationship, household relationships, whatever the case may be, I think those are the conversations that need to be had before getting
Most
into
definitely.
it. That way, even with financial
Absolutely.
situations, what is your mindset on us joining accounts? And then what is your mindset on us joining accounts but me having a separate account, or you providing for the household? Because I believe in a man providing for the household, but I don't mind you providing for the household, but if we have a joint account and I have something separate, I don't mind paying for vacations or buying all the clothes in the house or making sure that everything is taken care of
Absolutely.
in the house. You don't have to pay for groceries. You don't have to pay for stuff like that, you know. And if you need to take whatever out of the account, that's fine, like whatever. But we have a joint account. And if he wants to have his own separate account too, whatever the case may be. But I think those expectations need to be discussed.
So if the man is the head of the house, and I just want to throw this out there real quick, if the man is the head of the house, and like you're saying, you and groceries and all that stuff like that, should he have to let you know when he's buying something, or if y'all have a joint account?
No. If we have a joint account?
Not if it's a joint account.
No, because we agree. So that joint account is for, I mean, if that would be the case, if he had to let me know, would I have to let him know if I, you know? So I think
Well, that's what I'm
just to be
saying. So
discussed as well.
what if you have to let him know every move you're making with the money? Do he have to let you know?
It could be like a limit. Like if we
I-
want to take over
I think
$1,000,
that- oh, I'm sorry.
let's talk about it. I'm sorry. If we're going to take over $1,000 out the account, let's have a conversation first.
I say a few thousand. Like if it's a
Depending
major,
on how much money you got.
yeah, exactly. if it's a major lump sum that you're taking out, I would like to be included in what are you doing? Because if I think we have $100,000 in our account, then I go check for whatever reason because, you know, whatever, and we down to $15,000. There's a problem because there's something that should have been discussed. Like, what are you doing? You have a problem or something? Like, I need to know what's going on. So I think that's courtesy.
I want to be so out the finances that I don't even care what's going on in that account. Figure it out, buddy.
I would say.
We got a great question.
Somebody
here.
asked a question. So a husband with less money couldn't tell a woman with more money what to do with it?
I think you can. I've had this conversation with
said no.
someone. I've had this conversation with someone recently. I don't mind you telling me. So even if I am the breadwinner, now if my husband says I want you to be the breadwinner, like that's kind of
Wait,
weird.
no, I don't think he's saying being a breadwinner. That ain't what the conversation is
No,
about.
I'm saying
It's
based
if-
off of what you guys said before.
Oh, okay.
That would be weird for me. But if I am the breadwinner, I mean, I don't have a problem with my husband saying how to spend it, whatever the case may be. For me, and like I said, I had this conversation with someone a few days ago. I would just want to know the whys. So if it's like, I'm ready to buy a car right now, and you know, I'm just like, babe, I'm finna go to the dealership and buy this Maserati, whatever. And no, I don't think that's a good idea. Okay, I just want to know why. I just want to know your mindset behind it. Like, you can have a, you know, plan to invest in something. I'm trying to invest in something right now, and I need you to just be patient. That's fine. I just need to know why. For my sake, for me personally, just include me in the process of why. And I'll be like, all right, cool. Like,
But not
whatever.
only why, but how long am I going to have to wait?
Yeah.
Because if you the breadwinner and you bringing in this money, he's got other plans. I don't have a problem with him being able to say what to do with the money or what have you. But if you're going to tell me to wait, then let's talk about how long that wait is going to be. And then you got to come through on that end. So if you say 3 months, then I need to know, all right, at 3 months, let's go.
So if he's the head of so if he's the head of the house and he's making 40,000 and you make, you know, 95 to 100, like, are you really gonna be submissive to him?
What if you don't agree with his reasoning? Like if you say you want to go do this and he said no,
Then we need to go to counseling.
I mean, I guess that's what that's for the count.
What's up? What's up, Vina?
She's screaming over there.
I'm just,
So if you make 100,000 and I make 30,000, are you
not a
telling me
couple.
what to do?
we're not a couple.
Yes, ma'am.
We're not hanging.
Deuces.
So all right, so let me ask
You're
you
not about
question.
to be my man.
Say for instance, we are married. You know what I'm saying? And when we got together, I was making more than you.
Okay.
And then times have been rough, and so, you know, it's been 5 to 10 years, and you've been making 100,000. You've been grinding, but I could only get these little, you know, odd jobs, and I'm making 30,000 a year. Who's in charge?
You in charge. You're in charge.
I heard barely.
No,
That's like
absolutely.
sometimes. Yeah.
No, I
seasonally.
Every now and again.
No, the man can still be. The man can still be in the head. I would definitely allow my man to be a head, even if he wasn't. But I'm just not going into a situation where I'm making 100K and you making 30. I don't want to do that
Well,
to
not
myself.
going in, but I'm saying.
Well, if
what
we're
it's-
already here, then of course we got to work things out. But just going in,
But who's in charge though? Even working it out.
the man is always going to be in charge.
Even if it's been 10 years, he only making 30,000. You bringing in all this bread, you taking care of everything. You gonna be good at that?
Yeah, he better be a smart man.
Good. And was there any more questions there?
No, I think it's just a whole bunch of comments now. Some folks saying, well, he can't be my head. Yeah. But, I mean, this is what people, when it comes to gender roles, people really believe, like, hey, like, you ain't my man if you get below a certain threshold in that tax bracket,
Well, I don't think gender roles really have a lot to do just with money.
But I think a lot of people make it that way.
Yeah,
And
a lot
I
of
will
people
say
make
a
it
lot
that
of
way.
it, most times it's the women, because women be like, have that mindset, well, I'm making money, like, you can't tell me what to do. At that point, you're now putting yourself in a masculine state.
Right.
So you're making yourself to be that. Like, so if he did want to clean the house and sweep the floors all day, are you going to be okay with that? Because since you want to take on that role, and I guess that's where that double standard comes in. But a lot of women nowadays have put on that coat, not being a single woman necessarily, because even being a single woman, yeah, you should be independent, take on, do your responsibilities, do what you need to do. But when you get into a marriage, I'll say like that, you have to know when to, like, okay.
But here's the thing. Women do need to know when to be okay, but is that man stepping up? Because I still think that the woman is having to step up because the man is slacking.
I will say that is true for some relationships, but as far as like a man, if that man is being a man, but you can't put down your masculinity, which you shouldn't even have,
Right.
honestly, like then that is a problem that you have, not you specifically.
No,
Yeah, but you're gonna have to put that down because a
Absolutely.
man don't want to rub up against a man.
Right.
He want a woman. He wants something feminine.
Absolutely.
Soft. That's right. So let me ask this question, and then we're gonna try to sum this thing up. So, because our culture is different, and certain cultures, and culture, what culture is derived from. But if I was brought up in an environment where men stayed home and washed the dishes and cleaned, all that stuff like that, and the woman went out to work, and that's what that's what I know. So all I know is taking care of the house and for women to work. Does that make me less of a man based upon my culture? Because culture could say that the man is supposed to be home, because culture taught us that a woman should be home, right? That's culture. That's what we were taught. But what if somebody else's culture says the total opposite? Are they in the wrong, and would you look at them different? Because they can look at us differently and say,
Right.
because I remember telling people, like, if I was married, I would like for my wife to be at the house, and she could have whatever she wants as long as she's at the house, and whatever. I don't even want you to work. Take care of the kids. Be a mom and be a wife. All that stuff like that. You know what I mean? And I hear a woman say, "Well, I want to work. I want to make myself into something. I want to be this. I want to be that." You follow what I'm saying? So, do we like cut that off and say, "No, that's not a woman, or that's not a wife, or that's not a mom," because you want to get out and work in the field, and that's what I want to do? Is that wrong? How would y'all view that?
No, you need to get you an older woman because she tired. She wanna go home. So you trying to get that young girl to have all them kids. She still got her dreams and ambitions.
That was nice. That was
Right, we
sweet.
gonna get
That was
granny
sweet.
then.
Get you a
Get
granny.
the man out the house. Walking around with the head on and slippers.
Okay. But to answer your question, I don't think it's wrong because it's culture. You said it, and you said it pretty clearly and plainly that it was culture. And if it was the culture, that's what they're going to look for, and that's what they're going to want. So I don't think it's wrong, but I'm going to say, like Vina said, couldn't be mine.
Yeah. But I also, if I was in a relationship with somebody starting out and they were making more than me and something happened along the way, I would be okay with making more than my partner. But I'm just not walking into that situation.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
I understand
That's
that.
real.
So is it okay for a man to feel like his woman need to be making a certain amount, have a certain education?
If that's what you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so basically, a man should have money. Is that basically what everybody's saying?
A man needs
Going
He
into
need money.
he need it, or I'm just saying, should he have it?
yes.
Yeah, he need money.
I'm just asking the question because you got men that don't
Man
have
don't
money.
work.
But see, that's
And you
a
got
another
women that like,
conversation.
you know, you got women that like men that are lazy, don't have any money, and they want to take care of them
Not
because
for a
they want
relationship.
They must be
They
women
get
with
shut
issues.
up.
I'm not saying they don't have any issues, but I know for a fact that there are women out there just to be in a relationship with a man. They're willing to take care of that man, want him to stay at the house because of their insecurities and all that stuff like that. But they want a man home, and
That man
I'll take
probably
care of
fun.
you. Huh?
He fun.
Funny?
He's fine.
Fun.
Oh, fun. Okay.
yeah.
I thought you meant
That's why
funny.
she want that man.
Okay.
I'm gonna pay them bills. You
Thought you
gonna
been like,
cold.
man, look, I thought you been like a little funny.
No, he a little fun.
A little funny.
Okay.
All right, we got a question over here. We're gonna try to wrap this thing up. What was the question?
The question was, should a lifestyle be based upon joint income or just the man?
Joint.
I think it should be joint,
Joint.
but women treat it like it should be the man.
I say joint.
I think
We all say what y'all want, but the real treatment is, babe, how much money you got? Because when we go on vacation, we're not pulling out the joint card to swipe. You pulling out yours.
nah, joint is cool.
I don't know.
It depends
I
on how
done
much
been
money
on
he
vacations.
makes.
I done been on vacation with women, so I know how it go.
It
You
depends.
gotta,
It
you gotta pull
depends,
out your
but-
card.
That's not
It
necessarily
depends on
true.
how much money he has or what their status is.
Okay, so all right, here's the question then. All right, so if we're going on vacation and we have vacation money in the joint account, whatever, and we go out, are you still gonna be like, well, babe, you can pay for that because he make
Because
a
we're
lot of
going
money,
out on vacation.
right? And he got a lot of money. He got all this money, cruising money. But there's vacation stash. What money are we using?
The vacation staff.
Hey, I'm saying you just use like, well, if he got a lot of money, then,
No, I was saying like, if he has a lot of money and she's staying home with the kids, I
oh
mean,
yeah,
how much
that
money does she
that
have?
ain't no, that, I mean, that's a no brainer.
So what are y'all thoughts on having a joint account and a woman or the man having a separate account?
I think that's
Oh,
good.
definitely.
Yeah,
Okay.
because you got people that don't know how to.
Say that again, John.
So I don't think nothing wrong with
Okay.
it.
Yeah, I think it's good.
Reason I say that it's good is because you got some people that don't know how to manage money.
Mm-hmm.
You got people that got gambling problems.
Mm-hmm.
You got people that just got
Yep.
shopping addictions and all that stuff like that. So our joint account is going to make sure that this is the money that we
Pay them
this is the
bills.
bills and a little free whatever.
Right.
But no, okay. I just answered your question. Answer this question for me. Is it okay if he has an account that you don't know the balance to?
Absolutely. If he's taking care of it, you gotta take care of it. I'm
Okay.
not in nobody's pocket. I don't need to have a joint account with you.
Yeah. Okay.
If you're taking care of the bills and we're good,
Ain't nothing to
I
talk.
trust that we good.
What y'all think? Y'all need to see the balance?
I don't need to see the balance.
I ain't showing my balance.
Yeah,
Nobody.
if I don't show you mine, it should be good.
If we both have separate accounts and you don't need to see mine either, I'm
I don't need to see yours.
But I need to see
might
yours
have
though.
two separate.
No,
I need to see yours.
no,
I
sir.
need to see what's going on.
No, sir.
I need to see what's going on.
No,
You got
sir.
everything in the house you need. You don't need to see mine.
If you got everything you
Then
need
you're
and a
fine.
joint account, you don't need to see my balance.
I got you. I understand.
I'm gonna have a few accounts.
But yeah, I definitely. I don't believe in. I mean, I think we should have a. We can have. I necessarily don't agree that you have to have a joint account.
Yeah, I don't need.
If
a
I'm in
joint account.
charge and I'm taking care of everything, we ain't gotta need no joint account.
that ain't-
I'm gonna take care of the bills. If you got money, whatever. But
But you know what? The only thing is with that is as you get older, we talked about this a little bit too, that the men, men as they get older, they age and they might want a younger wife,
Yeah.
and they get rid of the first wife. And if she don't know anything about the finances, she don't know anything, she's left hanging and not knowing what to do.
yeah,
She gotta be smart.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like that. It happens. I talk to women. I have a client today who has been through that very situation, and now she's in her early 60s, and she trying to figure out how she gonna make it.
wow.
Now, ladies, a little piece of advice: if that's you, put that some money to the side.
Mama said have a
Ask
secret
for
account.
100, put 50 away, and spend
Secret
the other
account.
50.
Oh,
Yeah,
mama
because
told me
if
that.
if a woman
Yeah.
is not making any money and this man is taking care of her,
Yeah, you're
he
right.
could leave her.
Absolutely.
So you
And
need
leave
to
her
have
high
a little
and dry.
cushion.
Yeah, you're right.
Have a little cushion.
I'll-
And then if
I don't
something
disagree
happened
with
to
that.
y'all, if something happens to you on your job and you're no longer able to work, You'll be glad I had this secret account.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I have to agree with that one.
Cover hands.
I think that I think that's important to have. I think everybody should have some money.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you know, because we might be going out. I might leave my wallet in the car intentionally.
Apple Pay.
Oh, let me ask y'all a question. How do y'all feel about going out on a date and you got to pay for your own meal?
That's not a date.
I'm not, no.
That's not a date.
No.
Like
Oh, that's
first
not a
date.
date.
That's not
Yeah,
a
first
date.
date. First date.
First date or fifth date?
I mean,
You
if
gonna
I-
pay you on the first date?
If he asks me out,
Nah.
Yes.
if he asks me out,
Or you
Hey,
ask
what if it was
out.
mutual?
well, I'm not asking nobody out.
Okay,
But if it was
he asked you
mutual,
out?
Nah.
what if a conversation is, hey man, we
So we going to hang out because it's not
That's
a date.
hang out.
If we
That's not a
friends,
date.
I'll pay for my
I still
bill.
want
We're
him to
gonna hang
pay.
out.
But if you trying to get with me, pay for nothing.
We're going to hang out.
So
That's
on
my
the
choice.
first date, if I ask you out and I say, you know, let's go walk the park, you know, and then we happen to get hungry. I'm like, you be like, yeah, I'm hungry. You hungry too? Yeah. Let's go get something to eat. We go get something to eat. And the lady say, is this separate or together? And he say separate. What you gonna say?
I'm gonna pay for my food and I'm not calling no more. Done.
Why?
Why? Because if I set that standard, then I'm gonna be paying for my meals.
Every time we go out, that is
I'm
out of
for years, and I'm not interested in
So
that.
what makes it a date? Him paying?
Somebody said that's a fellowship.
Exactly what it is.
That's a fellowship?
Yes. Yeah, we hanging out because you even said it like
We
that.
friends.
Like, oh yeah. Let's go grab something to eat.
But this is the thing too. If you say, "Hey, you hungry? Let's go something," you're initiating us getting food, which means you're initiating to pay, right?
No, that's not an initiation
Even
of
if
pay.
I initiate it, I'm still looking for you.
I
to
do
pay.
that
not
with
an
my
initiation to pay.
my female friends. If I say, "Come on, girl, let's go to lunch," I'm putting my card out to pay.
But
That's
that's
the
not,
thing,
that,
the men
that,
not
that's a
being paid no
choice.
more.
It is. A
I think that's a choice.
It is.
Wow.
So
y'all
you
trippy.
would ask a lady out.
No, I'm
say
not talking
separate.
about. Listen, if you
Okay.
go out on a date with me, I'm paying. That's a no-brainer. I'm paying. But I'm asking the question: if a man says, when the lady comes, hey, yeah, it's gonna be separate checks.
I'm gonna be like, no, it's not.
I'm gonna pay for my food.
I'll probably pay for both of our food, and I'm not talking to you no more.
Why?
I'm not gonna lie, that's impossible. I'm married now, but that could have never happened to me in the world.
Well, women paying for your food.
Yeah, like
Because it'll make you feel bad. Right?
Yeah, like
I wouldn't feel.
But I'm saying why?
That's
Tell me why. Why? If okay, so
Why am I
let's
not
put this
calling him
back.
anymore?
brothers,
If
don't let
I-
that happen.
So you saying that
Because
if
y'all
I went on a
got,
date
we
with
got a
you,
lot of double
if I-
standards.
You
Why
better
can't
not
we
let
have
her do
that
to
one?
you.
but why? I mean,
Can we
she
get
ain't saying
one?
why? She
I
ain't say
know
why.
because
Y'all just want one double standard?
I mean, at least one.
Alrighty.
if I have to pay for
Let's
my
make
food
a
on the
list.
first night, then that's going to be the standard. He thinks she's okay with paying.
Nah,
She
what if you
got it.
say that? Okay, so what if? Okay, so this is our first date, and I don't
That
know
man
if
gonna
this is
take
going to
advantage of
go. Let me just put it in perspective. I don't know if this going to go past a month from now. But we may have a decent, maybe, we might do a little good.
Whatever.
And I just want you to pay for your food and I pay for mine.
No.
Asking me to pay
What's
for
the
my
pro-
food, we definitely not going to make it through a month.
But what's the problem?
Because the man is supposed to oppress the woman. The man is supposed to court the woman.
Who said that?
Y'all want to be chased now? Y'all want
I'm asking the question. Who said
Yeah.
that?
Chase.
Who
They do
created
want you
this
to chase them.
standard?
It's ridiculous.
Who
They
made
really
this?
do.
Who makes? Why
The
can't you
man
run?
is the man. The man is supposed
Because you're not a female.
I
It's,
stretch my legs.
Why can't you be some lunges? You know what I'm saying?
it's the gender, man. Come on.
Keep walking.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Why? I'm just saying. Y'all didn't give me a reason why. Why can I not
Because it's a
separate the
standard
check?
that y'all
I just told
created.
you, it's going to set the standard.
It's not. What if I say I just want us to pay for our first whatever next time?
Why?
Just because it's the first date.
And
The first date
It's not a
means
date.
Why
It's
would
a
you want us
trial.
to play?
It's no
It's a
longer.
It's a
It's a
trial.
trial. So you just trying us.
Right. That's what dates are. We trying to see
The
if it,
mindset.
Right.
you don't know that you're gonna
No.
be with that. You don't know. You
No.
don't know if you're gonna marry that person when y'all sit across.
So basically, you spend $50, and
I'm
now
not
you
spending
mad.
$50.
whoa.
Now
You
you
want
mad.
to spend
because-
25, and I want to spend 25.
So what's $25?
No, let me tell you. If you're trying to get to know, you want to trial 5 days free, and you take that lady on a drive in your car. Y'all can listen to some music. Take her to the park. Take her to Starbucks and get her some coffee.
Water.
Take her to the
Does she
library
wanna
and
pay
read
for
her a
nothing?
book. Do something, but don't ask a woman to pay for half. I know you said you're not going to do it, but
No, I'm not
really
going to ask her
I'm
anything. They're asking me the question. I'm just going to make a statement. Yes, they're separate checks.
I'm going to be like, no, man, no, it's not. I got it. Give me them checks.
But understand this theory though. A person could think like, hey, you know what? This is the first date. We may not kick it off like I intend. So
What
I'm
does
not about to
date mean?
waste.
What does date mean?
Go out.
That's what date mean?
It means to go out at a specific time. That's where date comes from.
So how many dates are men paying for? Like, what number does a man say, okay, I didn't pay for 7 dates?
I think that depends on the man and his budget.
Right.
Well, I'm trying to figure out. Y'all don't want to pay for the first date.
I'm not. Look, I'm saying like.
So
if
when
it's,
should
if
the
it's,
woman return the favor?
Well, I don't think she
Asking
did-
for a friend.
Nah, no. My theory is this, and this is just theory. I think that if it's a first date and you got a few people that you're interested in, a few people, so you're just taking them out on dates to try to figure them out or whatever the case may be. Hypothetically, because people go on dates. People date people. Somebody say, I'm dating. What does that mean? I got 5 or 6 people that I'm trying to figure out who's the right one.
Okay.
Not necessarily sleeping with them or whatever. What some people might be, whatever. But this is the only person. So I'm not gonna. If we're gonna roof Chris or wherever on our first date, why should I have to spend $200 times 7? That's $1,400 instead of, all right, well, I appreciate this day. And, I'll give you a call to see what's what, 5 different times.
Why you want to take me to Ruth Chris? Just go, like
Well,
you
just
said.
hypothetical.
Let's just go.
We go to Ruby
let's go out-
Tuesdays.
Let's go out on a picnic.
We could,
Why don't you bring some sandwiches from the house since you don't want to pay for nothing?
Well, if I bring the lunch meat, you need to bring the bread and the chips
No. Leave,
and the strawberries.
I think dates are looked at.
I can bring a lunch bag.
I'm not bringing nothing. I'm bringing my hunger.
I think some men are valued at the amount of the date too. Like, oh, he was only able to afford Chili's. I don't think I'm gonna call him back.
That could be a thing.
I think
Some
men are being
women
valued
are
based
like
on
that. They get to
So
do
back
that.
to what Pastor's saying. So now
There's a
it's
step.
hard. He taking me to the park, girl. He taking me to the park. He must can't afford Chili's.
No.
I don't think
That's
I'm
not
gonna get-
necessarily what I would
y'all
think.
don't get. Women love to be romantic.
That's romantic.
There's some women.
So if a
Some
man
women.
say some women, but if
Yeah.
a man say, let's go for
Somebody
a
said, I
ride.
ain't going on no picnic.
So let me okay, let me ask you this. So if I pay for the meal, should I
And
have?
that's not
can,
your
can,
man.
can we have sex?
Cause you pay for the
Because
meal,
I'm paying for the meal.
or is it because it's the first
No.
date?
Because we got to talk about this thing now.
Let's
Because
talk about it.
me paying for it, you're getting something that you want out of the deal. So do I get sex because I paid for your meal?
You're already getting something. We
You
spent
get
time
my,
together.
you get in my company.
How's that fair?
If you take that woman to the
very
park,
fair.
it's probably a more
Sex.
chance.
Because we're both getting time.
So you're
We're
buying
both getting
me-
time.
You're buying me my body for some food.
No, I'm buying your food, and then
And you get my body in return.
because you expect me to pay. Then I need to have an expectation
you
after
wanna-
I pay.
So you want a
So here's the
prostitute?
thing.
Yeah, you're looking
Yeah,
for a
that's what you're
prostitute,
looking
not
for.
a date.
But
we had that podcast.
But
Yeah, I remember
women,
that.
women are not having sex because of a date. It's what the man is doing, how we're being romance, how you making us laugh, how we like your smile. So back to my thing, take her to that park and do what you do and be charismatic, and you might have a chance. I don't think a woman should
Well, I don't
wait.
need no pointers.
I don't know. You
I don't need no pointers.
Trying to help these guys. Whoever these guys are that pay.
Look, man, I don't need no pointers. Not this way.
No, I don't know. I don't think. I know a lot of women say, "Oh, wait 90 days." I don't believe in that. I think a woman should do whatever a woman wants to do. But if a man shouldn't think because I paid for your meal, then no. I'm
Then a
gonna have
woman
sex.
shouldn't expect for me to pay for the meal.
Don't expect me to go out.
What is this? What is going on here? What is going on here?
I just
So
think
you
women
can have
don't
an
need-
expectation of me to pay for your food, but I can't have an expectation for sex.
So
then
maybe
So-
put
so
it
what's
out
the
there.
correct expectation
Maybe
then
put
for
it
a
out
woman?
What are we supposed to? What are we supposed
What do
to?
you mean?
Huh?
Like, if a woman can expect a man to pay for the date,
What can he
what,
expect?
what is
Appropriate.
appropriate for a man to expect from that?
A good time.
A date.
A kiki.
A kiki.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a
The date
minute.
that you asked for.
How is it? Okay.
So then
but
she
what
has
if it was
to
mutual?
provide- valuable experience then.
There you go.
Yeah.
Not a sexual.
Yeah, no. But
Well, I mean, I think that's. No, go ahead. Never mind.
but she has to come with some kind of something interaction to the date then.
And so
I'm
should
asking.
he.
But
I'm asking.
just
Somebody said a
right,
thank
no,
you.
that is true.
Just expect a thank you. See how y'all women think? That's how women think.
But that's what I'm saying. We trying to help the men out by saying you don't have to invest so much money onto the first date.
Right.
Now, women
So
do like
can we
to
take
be
y'all to
impressed.
McDonald's?
No, come on. Like, let's be realistic.
I'm cool with that.
McDonald's costs money too.
Well, I mean, like, it don't, for me,
No.
I'm not material.
2 combos
No,
is $25.
Not even like that you have to be. And I understand that. Some women like, well, you ain't finna take me to McDonald's because
I'll
it's
go to
just cheap or
McDonald's
something.
myself.
But if
Why
it's
want
just
you to
about
take
the
me
time
there?
and me
Well, let's go
getting
to
know
Wendy's
you,
4 for 4.
I won't even eat. I can get some ice cream. Like, we could talk.
So-
It's not that serious.
No, not on a first date.
Yeah.
Because
Not
it
as a
just
date.
it just sets your standards so low.
When you all right. So that's where I want to go. Keep
Yeah,
going.
it sets the standards so low. Okay,
Right.
I took her to McDonald's. If I'm a man and I could take you to McDonald's the first day, you're not getting
All right, so
nothing else.
what's acceptable for the first date? I want everybody give me an answer.
Somebody
Tisha?
said that's sorcery.
She's like, yo,
Witchcraft is crazy.
And absolutely.
That is
All right,
hilarious.
this is my question. What is a? Oh, we gotta get y'all out of here. I'm sorry. All right,
I'm good.
all right, Tisha. What is an acceptable place to go for your first date?
I'm fine with the walk. Like, we can
No, I'm
go-
saying like restaurant wise. Wait, forget the walk. Restaurant wise. What
In
is?
Statesboro, we gonna
Nah, just anywhere. Just hypothetical restaurant. Where we going?
Come back to me. I don't know.
Okay,
All right,
well,
Miss
let me-
Avery.
let me say this.
Well, for me personally, I like steak, so I can go to a steakhouse.
So that's
If
pretty
I'm
expensive.
a man and I'm taking a woman out on a first date,
No, you're not a man. We
I
ain't
want
talking
to,
about
I
that.
want, because
No,
I want to
no,
tell
we
y'all
ain't
how to
talking-
do it.
No. What is an appropriate place to take a woman for the first date?
And do you judge a man based upon where he take you?
No.
All
I
right,
think the
so what's
man,
appropriate?
for me, a man taking me out, him planning it, him putting that effort into it, I could be okay with, let's just say here, coconut tie. Or,
Yeah, that shrimp, that little pineapple
Or-
shrimp thing, like $18. I don't know if I'm
or
gonna spend that
what's
much
the
money.
sugar magnolia? Like, you can't take me to Longhorn, you can't take me to
We can't go to Longhorn?
Chili. I love Longhorn. Listen, I love Longhorn, but
Longhorn
not
can't
for
be
the
a first
first date. No, not for me. And I love
What we supposed to
Longhorn.
do?
Coconut tie, Starbucks for a coffee date. I love coffee. You can take me out for coffee.
McDonald's selling coffee.
Now maybe a month or two in, if I'm feeling some nuggets, you probably can take me to McDonald's. But the first time, you can't do that to me because what's next?
So all right, so
Your
well,
mom-
how do you kick out Longhorn?
If you
though?
find a man attractive and everything is cool up until you say, hey, I got a reservation at
Chili's.
XYZ, do you look at him differently after you find out XYZ?
No, I'm gonna say that's cool, but can we go here? If I like him, if I'm into him, and he suggests Chili's, I'm a redirect.
What you got, Tisha?
What if it's not in his budget?
But I'm a redirect to something because if we going to Longhorn, sorry Saints, I like to drink, so you gonna spend some money, right? So
No, I ain't spending no money. You gonna pay for your own tab. I mean, drinks expensive. Shots be like $15 and all that crazy
no,
stuff. Man.
I would redirect to something that was still in that price range. I could even say no. That's let's do X, Y, and Z. What you think about that?
Okay.
And then if he just like, no, I want to go to Chili's because I want my baby back ribs, and I'm like, okay. I ain't got time.
Tisha, where we going?
For me, personally, tap and door tap.
Okay.
Indian cuisine.
Okay.
Whatever it's called, tandoor and tap.
I was going to pull it out. I was going to let you do it. Tap and the tap.
Whatever it's called, Indian cuisine.
I know what she was talking about. I knew you was talking about.
So is Chili's not acceptable?
First date.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not big on like you trying to impress me as far as that. Like, but I guess I'll be like low standard. So Chili's
Is
fine.
Chili's okay?
For a first date? I'm just getting to know you. It's okay.
All right, we got to establish. All right, my next question is it okay if you pay for your food?
I thought we already answered that.
I want to know what Tisha has to say.
Because nobody said why. Nobody said.
We did say why. We said it 1,000 times. You don't want to accept it.
What
It's
was the
setting
why?
the standard.
Okay, set the standard. Okay, good. All right, so me setting the standard. Okay, go.
I would expect him to pay. Like I said, if you're asking me out for a date, then I would pay.
And that's what we got
exactly
to the place
how I
where
feel.
Okay, so can we have an expectation because you have one?
For sex, no.
Then
That's
what should we
crazy.
expect?
I give you a little
The
hug.
date and
The
the
date
quality
that
time
I said
we just
yes.
done. You just
The
got a lot
date
of
that I said
information from
yes.
me. We had conversation, you know.
And you get to decide whether you want me or not.
Right.
And you can walk right away after that first date
Gotcha.
and never see me again.
And that's the point that I'm trying to make.
That's
I
what I'm
think
saying.
that a man should have the option to pay or not based upon us dating. We're trying to figure out if this is going to go further. And if it's you, this person, that other person, I'm not paying each time.
Then you need to
pay
get
for your own
creative.
stuff.
So
They
are
need to
you-
get creative then.
Are you not paying because you can't afford it?
No, it's his standard.
It's his standard. It ain't got nothing to do with affording. It's that I'm not about to pay for all three of y'all, and I don't know what's going to come after you leave.
Well, that's a gamble that you have to take. You want to
Why
date.
do I
You
have to-
want to be in a relationship. You have to
What you
go
got to
out
say,
and
Josh?
work
You've been
for it.
quiet.
Come on,
You've been
Josh.
quiet, man.
I just been listening.
That's on you. You dating 3 people. Slow your hits down.
One at a time.
Oh, man. Josh, what you got, man?
I mean, I'm of the traditional mindset that, you know, the man gonna pay for the meal. I think that's just how I was raised. That's how, you know, I still do things with my wife. Like, more likely than not, it's just in me, whether she got her or not, whether she offered. It's just my natural instinct to put my card down on that table. But, you know, if a man, or for my brothers that you're trying to court or date, you know, I think it's wise to have a budget and not be trying to date 20 women at the same time if you know your budget $50 a week.
Yeah.
How many can you fit into that $50 budget?
Not
You
much.
know, you're gonna have to
Just one?
play some number games.
Just one.
So,
Well,
you know,
So would your, I guess, wife be okay with going to Chili's?
yeah,
They married
this
now.
point in
At the
time-
we talking- no, we talking about dating. We ain't-
So at the time of dating, like for first date, would that have been appropriate in your eyes, or you think in her eyes?
I think what matters more is the atmosphere.
Yeah.
I think that's what matters the most is the atmosphere. Whether, you know, it's Chili's or Longhorns or Ruth Chris, I think the atmosphere of there being a setting of it's me and you. Like,
Right.
we can block out everything else and it's just me and you. However that looks. You know, somebody on a real tight budget, dating might not be for you right now, but if you can get a curtain and block off one of them booths at McDonald's somehow or another and bring some candles.
Not you can
you
give
know,
me McDonald's and show
if you want to get creative, I mean, whatever have you, you know, wherever
Yeah.
you at in life. But I think
Yeah.
it's more about the ambiance and that kind of thing.
And
So-
that's what I was getting at.
And I also think, you know,
Not
for a younger person, like, you know, when the younger you are, the more open you are to certain things, and you know, you'll go to certain restaurants or go to certain places. But as you get older, like, that's too low. Like, don't lowball me and then expect me to give out and you lowballing
You
me.
done
Well,
took
what
me
if,
to
okay,
Chili's.
Like-
So
You
if we
know?
go to Ruth Chris, am I
Beef with
getting something?
Chili's.
Yeah.
You
No.
might, but that depends on what happens on that
You
date.
said no?
But because it doesn't matter where you take
Right.
me.
It's,
no,
it's,
no, no,
it's-
wait, 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 hold on.
it's
That
really
was what
about
you
what
said.
he said.
Y'all just
It's
somebody-
about the atmosphere. I don't even remember where my husband took me on our first date. I just know we were sitting at a table and we were into each other. I don't even remember
So
the
then it would
restaurant.
be fair for them to ask, then why would Chili's be a problem? If you don't even remember where you
I
were,
don't.
but you remember the experience you had, why would it matter the
Right.
And I'm not, you know,
I said,
So McDonald's, yeah.
as a younger
McDonald's is
person,
good.
as a younger person, I'm okay with
So
that.
McDonald's is a
but,
no.
But not.
I mean,
not
I
at
wouldn't even
this
say
age.
McDonald's.
I'm not
like
the
I said,
Wendy's.
ice cream. If
4
we
for
go
4.
get ice cream and we go for a walk,
I ain't
on
got
the
no
park
problem
with
with
that because you can't afford it.
Biggie bag.
Obviously, like.
But I get to choose whether I want to go
Biggie
out
bag.
with you again.
Yeah, exactly. So
Hey,
it's a
listen to me,
But you
brothers.
already said, depending on if you feel like it's low ball, you're not going with them. So really, if it's not a certain place of a certain caliber, you're not going out with the man
That's
again.
right. That's it. That's what it
And a
sounds
lot
like to
of
me.
men look
So
at it
so
like
now
that,
as a man that's trying to date, I have to go to a certain caliber of restaurant, especially depending on the caliber of woman that he's dealing with. And if you're a sophisticated
That's
or a
the
high class
caliber.
lady,
Yes.
then I already know either I'm not going to even approach you
Or until I can come correct.
or okay.
Well, brothers, I'm just gonna give y'all listen to me, okay? If you want to pay for the food, you can. If you don't have to.
Lies.
And I say
You don't have to.
you gonna get the results that
it's
you
not
desire.
mandatory to pay for food on a first date because this is what they're saying must happen. So you don't have to. I don't say you have to.
And be careful who you take out, because she might just get up from the table and walk away.
Yeah, and that's true. But all I'm saying is, if you want to pay, pay. I think it's a good idea. But if you don't want to, you don't have to. And don't be trying to break your bank, trying to provide all this extra stuff on these first dates, and you don't know if she's coming back.
When they're free.
Y'all be spending. I remember one time I went on a date, spent almost $200.
Did she come back?
Yeah, but
Okay.
There it is, right?
There it is.
but I'm different. I was smooth.
I know a multi-millionaire. He's a multi-millionaire. He got a big YouTube platform. He's single, and he said he has a $50 budget, and he's not budging from that. Period. He's a multi-millionaire.
That's
and
fine.
he said he's not budging on a $50 budget.
Why would he say that?
Because he said that I'm not spending a whole bunch of money on a
first date.
Because-
I agree.
But why is
But
he
you don't
saying
have
that?
to.
Why is he saying that?
That's his budget.
I think a lot of people are saying stuff like that now too. I'll see videos like that too, because most men know that if I have all this money, more than likely, and you know that I have all this money,
gonna
try
are
to
you
spend it.
going
She
to
gonna try to
be
spend that
okay with me, taking you for a walk for some ice cream, or whatever the case may be? Are you okay with me not doing the bare minimum?
Yeah.
But if this is what I was only able to provide for you, without you even knowing that I had millions of dollars, would you be satisfied with me being me, or are you gonna only be acceptable, or accept what I have, type of
Right.
thing?
Yeah, so
Right,
if
right.
you
He's
if
doing
you
it
got,
because he
he
thinks
thinks
she's
she's gonna
dealing
want
with.
more from him.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
So-
you just want me for my money at that point.
yeah, so if so what she's basically saying, brothers, is that if you drive a Benz or a BMW, a flashy vehicle on that first date, do not take it. Don't pick her up in it. Drive your
That's what I'm
old.
saying.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like you're saying.
That's not
Pull
what I'm
up in
saying.
the hoop. Well, I mean, because if I got the Benz at the house, and I drive, I drive the truck, and the truck ain't as nice, and if you're really into me, you're gonna like me, but then you see the Benz, it's gonna be oh. Yeah, a little
I
bit.
think it just depends
Just 'cause
on the
you got a
mindset
Benz
of
don't
a
mean you got no
woman,
money.
the woman
No,
you're
that
dealing
just
with.
means you can have a poverty mindset
Well,
with a
well,
Benz.
That is
People
true.
mentality when they see a Benz, they think you got money.
They think.
Yeah, they do.
I know
Don't mean
some
it's
bums
true.
and some Benzes.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it can mean two
Got
things.
Benz and no
Either you
house.
got a lot of debt or you got a lot of money.
It
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
But most case scenario, when you see somebody driving a nice car, in your mind, you got a little bread on it. I mean, that's an instinct, right? And it's like you see somebody in a beat up, John, you're gonna be like, oh.
He's a hard worker.
Is that your work car? That's how
But
y'all
that's
think.
true.
Don't act like that's how women think, man. Come on, man.
Just
I
like
see
this-
all these experiments that these men be doing on TV. These girls walking by,
Yeah.
and they find out you got the,
I saw
the
a girl
Bentley.
running
They
down
turn,
the
oh.
car today.
Or they be seeing
That
the
be the
girls'
young
phones and it be
girls,
like
though.
Food Man 1, Food Man 2, Food Man 3, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it depends on.
So, but anyway, we're gonna close it up. We done been on for a little while, and y'all look like y'all going wild. Like y'all want us to stay on here, but we can't be here all night. But so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back around the table, give some closing remarks. I do want to appreciate my first time guest, Venus here. We appreciate you coming and hanging out with us tonight. So we're gonna start with you. We're gonna go around the table. If you could talk to anybody or give any words from the topics that we discussed tonight, what would just be something real quick that you would tell our viewers?
Ladies, just set the standards. Like, don't fall for nothing that you don't want to do. Because whatever standards you set, you can only go higher.
All right, I hear that loud and clear. All right, Tisha, what you got?
I would say, as far as the gender roles type of thing, women be women and be okay with being women and allowing a man to be a man. Because honestly, like they said, men don't want men. And if you continue in that role,
No,
like,
men do
you
want men
might-
nowadays.
Well, I'm saying a woman that most men, real men, don't want a woman that's gonna take on his role as well. So, you know, be okay with who you're supposed to be, and whether it's become from a defensive mechanism or whatever in life, like learn to, what they say, be in your soft girl era. Like, learn that now.
Okay.
Be a woman, be gentle.
Cool. All right, Miss AV, what you got?
Well, I'm gonna talk a little bit about, my comments is gonna be on the polygamy issue. You know, if you make that decision to be in that type of relationship, just make sure that you know what that looks like before you jump into it, because when you get in there, it's gonna be tough trying to get out of it, because you've agreed to this, and if you agree to it, you can't play him like that. So make sure you make your decision based on reality and what you want, and not about what he wants.
Very good, very good. Josh?
To my brothers, be the best man that you could possibly be. With what you know, always seek for more knowledge and more wisdom, and aspire for more, whether, you know, you got somebody in your life that's influencing or not, but want more for yourself as far as wisdom and knowledge, and everything else will fall into place.
Okay. To everybody, I just appreciate the talks, man. I just want to clear my name on this last little issue. I don't want y'all to think that, you know, I'm a person that's opposed to men paying for food, which I'm not. I think it's a great idea. I think that is a good starter. And as far as polygamy is concerned, I think that people are going through that phase, and a lot of women are being subject to that due to their insecurities. So I would encourage women to secure yourself and don't just get into it because you feel like you can't get nobody else. And a lot of times, you know, you demean yourself when you put yourself in situations like that just to be okay with the situation versus something that you really want and something that you really desire. So that's what I want to say. And I definitely appreciate everybody jumping on. Thank you for all your shares, your likes, and your comments. We'll be back next Tuesday, same time. Have a good night.